Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am taking you behind the scenes, behind the scenes of my what we're going to call Monday Hour One. Basically, the process of coming into your week, whether you start on a Monday or a Sunday, taking the first hour to think about the results that you want, think about your goals, your needs, your wants, and then from there, brain dumping everything you need to do in order to achieve that result, making sure that you're being realistic with your time. I see you ADHDers, and then taking your action items and putting them on your calendar. Now, the beauty of doing this, like actually taking your to-dos and putting them on the calendar, is that you are starting your week off with a very clear intention of what you want to do. And if you are able to stay aligned to your calendar, then you're either going to get to the end of the week and achieve the result that you want, or you're going to feel confident that you worked as much as you possibly could and did all the things, as opposed to getting to the end of the week and wondering, how did I spend my entire week? What did I actually do? Which I know a lot of us do. Or you get to the end of the week, realize that you didn't get everything done on your to do list, even though you stuck with your calendar, which then helps you understand that you're actually overscheduling yourself and you're not being realistic with how long things take. So, at the very least, you're getting some education and self awareness in how to get better and better at it. So, that is the whole intention and the benefits behind actually doing this process. Now, we're going to jump into my system, which is Notion and Google Calendars. I'll show you how I do it. I know you're going to ask. So, yes, the template is available, linked below, but you can set this up however you want in any kind of system you want. What I want you to take away from this is the process and not necessarily the system that I'm using. So let's jump into my pooter and get this started. Okay, the first thing I do is always start with the previous week. So we're just finishing up January 16th to the 22nd. I like to record my successes, my challenges, my lessons, and those sort of things. And then I record just some benchmarks in my business. What I loved doing this week was creating videos. I'm having more and more fun with YouTube. And what I didn't love doing this week was passing along my foster dog. We have a foster dog and we are going on an extended trip. We can't take him with us. So we had to leave him with another foster for over a month. And I'm sad about that. And I'll show you a picture of him as we get through this. So, anyway, this is me just looking at last week and evaluating how did it go. I'm grateful for the chance to go through my course, make some plans for improvement, and drop them on my calendar. Now I just need to crank them out and I'm all done. So that was my manifestation for last week. And I like using the word manifestation because it's fun and sparkly. And I actually did that. I finished it last night. So yay me. The other thing that I will do here, so this was my to-dos for the week, and whatever doesn't get done, I put in outstanding tasks and I move them over to the following week. So I'm just going to click move to, and I'm going to move them to this week. And then everything else here is done. I've done some journaling, some intuitive hits. All of that stuff is complete. So now what I'm going to do is close this up and go into my new week. So there's my little foster. Look at those eyeballs. Would that not make you sad to let them go too? But I'll see him again in a couple of months. So all of this stuff is things that I'll do at the end of the week. But I want to come down here. I'm going to take a minute self-reflecting. My values, meaningful work, financial stability, inner peace and harmony. Oh, bring me peace, growth and health. So I just like to entrench myself in what's super important to me. And I also like to look at my needs to feel meaningful, peaceful, accomplished, learning, working, aligned, and physical. So I just like to think about those before I start planning out my week, because if I'm not planning in alignment with my needs and my values, then what am I doing here? So now I would generally review my goals, but I only have one goal for this year, and that is to make 100,000 in passive revenue. And within this quarter, my goal is 12,000. So that's just a broken down version of my broader goal. So I look at my to-dos to see if there's anything that I need to do today, nothing specific. So now what I'm going to do is go through my Monday hour one. And the first idea behind this is to brain dump all of the things that we need to do this week. But before we do that, we want to think about what is the result that we want to have this week. Now, we talked about my goal, which is 12,000 in passive revenue for this quarter. And part of that goal is making a stronger effort to promote my ADHD productivity boot camp. It's called Distraction Action. It is a pre-recorded set of modules. There's 13 in there, and it is great for anybody who has ADHD, whether you've had it for a long time, but more importantly, if you're an adult already and you suspect you have ADHD or you just learned that you have ADHD, this is the ground zero of understanding how your brain is holding you back in terms of being more productive and various different tools to move you forward. So, if that is something that interests you, I will link to it below. But that's not actually what the purpose of today's video is. Today, I am showing you how I'm going to break down my week in order to achieve the result that on Friday or by Friday, the end of this work week, I will have a new promotional strategy for that boot camp and it will be launched. And if it's not launched, then I'm not going to say I've failed, but I haven't achieved my goal, in which case I will look back and try to understand why I didn't achieve my goal. I never have any shame in my productivity process because shame's not fun. And we've done that for long enough. So the first thing I'm going to do is write out all of the to-dos that I have to achieve in order to get that one result. Then I will plan the rest of my business as usual week. I'm going to start with the end result in mind. Okay, so I have now added all of my business as usual and other life things to my schedule. You'll see that Monday and Tuesday are jam-packed. Those are the days where I don't do any coaching. I like to do my creative work at the top of the week. And then if things don't get done, I still have a few days before they're actually due because my podcast and my YouTube videos always go up on Friday. These Monday ones are just bonus videos. Lucky you. So now what I'm going to do is go into my Google Calendar and block out the time that I actually need to get these things done. That's going to help me visually understand whether or not I have enough time in the week to do everything that I hope to do. Because very often with time blindness, the issue is that we're not aware of how much time things actually take. So this is a really good practice for getting clear on that. But before we jump into my calendar, what I wanted to do is show you how things are going along with my Q1 goal specifically. Now, this is separate from my task schedule because I'm only testing it. So last week was week one of this process, and I had all of these things here that I wanted to do, and I got most of them done. I got 71%. So you see, complete. This one's 50% because I actually wanted to do two of these, and I only did one. So 71% of last week, that's not that bad. So what I did yesterday was go into my reflection for week one and I answered these questions. What wins did I have for the week? What completion rate did I do for the week? What I achieved? And if I didn't get to 100%, why not? Not in a shameful way, but in a let's explore what's not connecting here. And what reflections am I taking into the next week in order to get closer to that 100% completion score? And when I say 100% completion score, I'm not suggesting that I'm looking for perfection. I'm never, ever aiming for perfection. What I'm looking for is to understand whether or not I'm getting better and better at estimating my time. So if I do get to close to 100%, then I know that I'm getting better at that skill. It really isn't about achieving all the things on my list. So now I'm looking at week two, and these are the tasks that I listed out that are specific to that goal of making 12,000 in passive revenue. Some of them are also attached to a secondary goal of increasing my subscribers here on YouTube, but that is not the focus. So I've already started to complete these tasks and I'm feeling really excited about going into this week. I feel like all of these things are going to get done because they're already on my to-do list and they're about to get on my calendar. So without further ado, let's go over to my calendar and start blocking out these tasks. And there you have it. That is Monday, hour one. I have my calendar done. I have my to-do list done. I have all of it in my Notion. I can check my calendar whenever I need to shift from one thing to the other. And that sets me up for the week ahead. It makes me feel really good about where I'm at, what I'm doing. Now, the one thing you did not see me do there was schedule in time for the personal things that align to my needs and my values. I generally do that at night. I don't really work very much at night. That's when I'm doing meaningful things outside of work, like fostering old puppy dogs and taking care of the two senior dogs that I already have. So that is my week in a nutshell. Now, the key here is not just to get really good at planning, but also making sure that you set a rhythm of checking in with your calendar and your to do list to make sure that you're staying on track. In order to do that, I don't just rely on my Google Calendar. I also have a paper planner where I write down everything as well. I need to do that because I require the extra memory support. I also have Alexa remind me when I have to start getting ready for my coaching call. So I pull myself out of a project, give myself a little bit of headspace to transition, and then jump on my calls and I can be present for my clients. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you like these sort of videos, I can make more of them, but all I wanted to do here was give you the structure to help you be more intentional with your own schedule, your own time, and getting after the things you want. Thanks very much for listening, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.